We are 22. Let's go. Your print shop has been graced by an unusual guest today. A short man of considerable age dressed in the brown cassock of a priest. A smile appears on his round face. Father Mark. Good morning, young man. You must be the owner of this splendid print shop. I've heard so much about you and this wonderful place of yours. You ask the visitor his name, what brings him to your print shop? Ah yes, my apologies. I am Mark, Father Mark if you will. There is a certain matter I hope you can help me with. Not gonna do stupid voices. I've learned much during my many years in this world. But alas, time here is short, and like everyone else, I will eventually have to face the ruthless scrutiny of the twins themselves. Tell me more, Father Mark, tell me more. However, I would like the truth that have been revealed to me to live on after I shuffle off this mortal coil, which is why I've come to you. I've written a book, you see, and now I want you to help me print it. I want the largest print run you can possibly manage. The old priest is clearly not giving you the full picture. Why has he come here? Why has he come here? Of all places. You see, young man, my teachings are a bit bold for a realm that has endured 1,000 years of the twins' tyranny. Ooh. Even the new faith sees the truths I preach as excessively blasphemous. But your print shop is known for its, shall we say, open-minded approach. I believe you have the fortitude to appreciate my teachings and the courage to accept my order. Would Father Mark be so kind as to explain his teachings to you? Another smile, kind-hearted and sly, appears readily on the monk's face. But of course, my son, by the will of the twins, it is my lot to preach. How could I refuse to instruct those in need? Here is the fundamental principle of my doctrine. Our gods are shit. We don't need them. They say a tree is known by its fruit. Well, if the twins are a tree, then the fruits are will, love, and law. The will is arbitrary, their love is cruel, and their law is ruthless. The twins don't know the meaning of the word mercy. All they bring to their world is suffering. Everyone in this world is miserable, regardless of their estate or status, and we will continue to be miserable as long as we continue to accept the burden of the divine chains. There is only one path to salvation in this world. Reject the twins outright. You, and only you, must accept responsibility for your own life. Forge your own secular law, fill your heart with secular love, exercise your own secular will, and forget all about the twins. But what about the hereafter, you say? What about the final judgment, eternal torment at the foot of the pillar, and never-ending bliss at the peak? Everyone asks me this, and here's what I tell them. What happens to you in the year after doesn't matter, because there won't be any you in the year after anyway. Okay. We will all be dissolved in the twins' own endless will. Out there, on the other side of true death, Father Mark will cease to exist, and so will you, young men. You will have no will, you will make no decisions, you will be incapable of action. In other words, your life will be over. Your existence ends with your true death. Whatever happens to you after, that won't really be happening to you. So who cares? So let's all tell the twins to take their bullshit law, their bullshit will, and their bullshit love, and shove them straight up their divine acid. Let's cast away the yoke of the gods and live our worldly lives, free of their despotic, ruthless rule. Whew. Sheesh. Okay. So this is really liberal, right? This is ultra liberal. Yeah, this is liberalism. No, libertarianism, basically. Fine. This is a good opportunity, I think. Again, maybe maybe the game will lock us out of interesting choices and basically the possibility to choose our own destiny. Maybe in the future it will. As of now, yeah, print and disseminate the book yourself. You will publish Father Mark's book and get on this good side, and denounce him and all his followers to Felipe. Maybe. Tell your father? Wow. Why? Print the book in secret. This is the thing. Report? No. I'm gonna print and disseminate the book myself. To reject the twins is to deny their law, their will, and their love. To reject the twins is to deny that their empire is blessed and absolute. To reject the twins is to deny that the tempests are chosen by the gods themselves to rule. If these cheatings begin to spread, there will be unrest the likes of which the province has not seen since the emergence of the new faith. His book is fomenting rebellion against the tempests, the empire, and the twins. You accept Brother Mark's manuscript and promise to print the run as soon as possible, but perhaps he needs someone to help him distribute the books. It will be a simple matter for you to arrange it. Why so eager, young man? You respond that Father Mark's words are music to your ears. You charm with a passionate tale of your own creation, describing your many thoughts about the divine design that fills all our lives with suffering. To prove your words, you quote the works of Isatius and the lives of the twins, which you remember from childhood. These works are riddled with contradictions, but Father Mark has resolved them all so simply. You eventually get so caught up in your own fervor that you even promise to cover some of the expenses for the print run. That is how convinced you are that Father Mark's doctrine must be shared. Father Mark is impressed. Well, if you truly understand my teaching so well, I'm sure I can trust you to both print and distribute the book. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that my sermon has been of some use to you. Do not waste your worldly life in vain. It's too short. Only here in this life can we truly change anything. Only here can we truly feel alive. You get to work. To ensure that all goes well, you do most of the work alone. Only sometimes do you ask your employees for help, and even then you make sure they never work on the book long enough to glean its true nature. Every 5 days you receive new addresses and deliver the books to them as they are printed. Temples and monasteries, small village churches and large city parishes, commoners' houses and noble estates. There are so many apostates in Magra. You may have helped propel Father Mark's teachings into the future. These thin little volumes in cheap leather bindings will spread across the empire like wildfire. You have placed another bundle of kindling on the bonfire. One day, sooner or later, it will catch fire. When you learn that the last of the print run is to be delivered to the residence of Patriarch Cassius, the last piece of the puzzle falls in place. The face of the provincial clergy, the head of the Church of the Twin Gods in Magra. Has he fallen victim to Mark's apostasy as well? You have to act quickly. You carefully transcribe all the addresses and send the list to Felipe, the addresses. The response from the head of the secret chancellery arrives a few days later. Father Mark is a heretic and a renegade. The Inquisition has been hunting this man for years. Father Mark has been arrested and handed over to the Inquisition thanks to your report. He is no longer a threat to the Empire. The Inquisition is about to announce a purge of the Markian heresy throughout Margra. Good. Patriarch Cassius is the Inquisition's problem. We will stay out of it. Okay. Patriarch Cassius is the Inquisition's problem. We will stay out of it. However, your list was a valuable resource for them. This collaboration will be of use to us in the future. The Inquisitors know a lot about what goes on in people's minds, and they've promised to pass along anything that might be of interest to us. Brante. Brante non delude mai. Good. Happy that you like it. Your family is about to become the talk of the town. Get ready to weather the storm. Do not repeat this mistake in the future. Your family's reputation offers great protection, but it's more valuable, more vulnerable than it might seem. What? Oh, sorry, I didn't read this. Now for the bad news. One of the noblemen who received the book from you recognized you. What's worse, his friends have already heard about it. There's no way to stop the rumors now. Why? Your family is about to become the talk of the town. Get ready to weather the storm. Do not repeat this mistake in the future. Fine. Church +1. We are going towards schism. It will take some time. We are at -1. Schism is... goes... There are 3 possible steps before something else. Unrest +1. Discontent. This is on the verge of people are ready for struggle. Spy network +1. We are at 5. Infiltration. Still behind. My wealth is -1. And, well, this is the family. Reputation is -1. Disgraced. We were already disgraced. It's not a problem. 0 reputation is fine. Theology +1. I'm a follower. Yeah. I'm at 12, so I'll be an initiate very soon, maybe. Who knows? Trust. Ta-dum! This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Spy network is equal or more than 5. Felipe Ferro is equal or more than 2. Sympathy. Trust. You keep pulling at your collar, but cannot shake the feeling that you are suffocating. An audience with Felipe El Ferro is not something one can ever be prepared for. You have been summoned to a noble mansion far from Anisot. As far as you know, this is Felipe's private residence. The invitation would seem to indicate a certain level of trust on the advisor's part. What could it mean? A servant shows you to Felipe's study. You see walls of brilliant white, exquisite furniture of dark wood, giant windows decorated with greenery. The Emperor's portrait on the wall is the only thing not in keeping with the general lightness of the room. In answer to your greeting, Felipe gestures to a chair. The advisor seems to be in good spirits. The heat is unbearable today. A glass of water? Brante? Water? Be water. Your throat suddenly feels dry, and you hastily agree. After setting his own empty glass down, the advisor heaves a sigh of satisfaction and speaks in a nonchalant tone. Well, Tasto, I hasten to remark that you've made some progress. In serving the Empire, I must admit I underestimated you, but your deeds have proven your loyalty, so I want to repay you for your service. In our line of work, the only real asset is mutual trust. I know that your mother is a woman of great faith. She taught you piety from a young age, didn't she? You answer with a short nod. Your mother has always been very pious. Felipe rises from his desk. Only now do you notice that on the wall opposite to the Emperor's portrait, there hangs a lushly decorated icon of the twins. In a sense, the secret chancery is not unlike the Inquisition. Yeah. We defend the blessed Archnian Empire in order to preserve the order bestowed upon us by the twins. If we fail to preserve the gods' design, the world will face their wrath. The foundation of the empire is the order given to us by the twins' commandments, and its disturbance of the order is a crime, and for every crime retribution is inevitable. Such is the law of the younger. Men like you and me are the shield of this world. We are the bonds that hold it together. Let me read this again. In order to preserve the order bestowed upon us by the twins. If we fail, the world will face their wrath. The foundation of the empire is the order given us. The commandments is a crime. Felipe stops by the window. His gaze is fixed upon the shining pillar. These rebels who demand boundless freedom are fools, Brante. A man has as much freedom as the twins have chosen to give him. Overstep those bounds and chaos will ensue. We are the true guardians of this world, and we must be free of all doubt. Some may call me cruel, but I'm not afraid to get a little blood on my hands. I know that if we don't destroy the enemies of the blessed empire, our entire world will cease to exist. Unfortunately, most of the men who wield power in this world don't truly comprehend this. I need people I can rely on, people like you, Tasto. If you continue to serve our cause with the same vigor, I may give you the gift of my patronage. I know how to show my gratitude. The advisor turns around and looks you straight in the eye. You cannot help feeling that, for the first time, Felipe is being completely sincere. The suffocating anxiety that plagued you earlier wears off. By suppressing a real revolt in Anisot, I will prove to the Archnians that I am worthy of power. But in order to direct this revolt, I need tools like Sophia, although she can be a difficult tool to use. Believe me, I actually admire the woman at times. No one can stop her from pursuing her goal. But I will never be able to trust Sophia. Her appetite for destruction is too great. A woman like her cannot be saved from herself. Here's what I want to ask of you, Brante. I need you to gain Sophia's trust. No. She's indispensable right now. We cannot get rid of her. But if she ever decides to betray me, I need to know about it. In return, I promise you freedom and the chance to be one of the defenders of the Empire. Do not try to lie, please. Do you agree? No. Felipe offers you his hand. Will you shake it? I cannot agree. You will be loyal to Sir Felipe, but you must warn him. Sophia will never trust you. Meh. I hope I got rid of Sophia. I did anything I could to alienate Sophia. You're still trusting. If you have ideas, guys, if you want to participate, do it, huh? This is really a pity, really a pity. Okay, he wants to suppress a revolt to prove the Arcanians that is worthy of power. The revolt would be the last straw revolt, which is led by Sophia under his orders, so it will be all a theater, all a piece of theater, and I basically have to be his man with Sophia. What am I gonna do if I refuse this? This is true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm only interested in my freedom, not serving the Empire. Absolutely. Again, I accepted in this game to meddle with stuff because I thought in the end maybe I can do what I want. But then, you know, I've always been locked out of options, often just due to one, you know, to one point missing of something, one point of manipulation, one point of... So that was kind of a bummer. Am I going to be his middleman? I was trying to work to not be the middleman, anybody's middleman. My own man. But if I refuse, I mean, what are the consequences? Hey, Carlos. Loyal to Felipe, swear alliance to the advisor. Well, there was an achievement. You shake Felipe's hand and swear your loyalty to him. Hey, Carnus. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me, Brante. I look forward to your reports. Felipe was not lying about offering you his patronage. The trust that has been built between you, though fragile, is beneficial to you both. The advisor has entrusted you with considerable funds that you can use to survey the last straw members who are personally loyal to Sophia. Spying on them proves to be difficult. It takes you quite some time to get the first bits of information. Felipe keeps his word and promptly shows his gratitude. He rewards you with money and puts in a good word for your family with certain nobles, and this is only the down payment for your loyalty. Okay, our status with him is that he saw our loyalty, their sympathy. Sandocarnus. I have to do it myself. Because you entered already. It only works for the first message. No. They are on. But every session of the bot, so if I take it off now, Dizzy will get their message, you will get the soundbite. It's just by bot session. So since I started streaming, you already came in. This is not your first message, so it doesn't work. But maybe, you know, if you want to trigger it yourself, maybe I can think about something. Yeah, I should actually. Spy network +1. We are at 6. Infiltration still, but we are on the verge of our people are everywhere. There's still a lot of people coming and going from this building. Sandokan? Don't worry. I think the soundbite is not available to people. Let me take a look very quickly. Oh, it is. No. Yeah. But I'm gonna give permission only to you to use it. Yep. So, permissions. Single viewer. There we go. Carnastone. Okay. Okay. It's yours and yours only. Use it carefully. There we go. Okay. We'll go back to the game now. There we go. There we go. Okay, reputation is +1, tarnished honor, we are not disgraced anymore, but still we have a long... I mean, that's just a +1, thank you Felipe. Wealth +1, affluence, we are very rich, man. We are 8, almost a prosperous house, very rich with the, you know, with the lowest possible reputation. That's how you get rich, I guess. No, you didn't disrupt anything, don't worry. A deal with Felipe happened. You proved your loyalty to Sir Felipe. Man. I hope I can act in any way I want. But I guess, you know, we are 23 now. Another year passed. What about the time? Oh, we have a lot of time still. The guns of Illyria. Magra has received alarming news from the neighboring province of Illyria. The low-born convicts toiling in the Illyrian mines have revolted against their noble masters. Something is brewing in the Empire. For the first time in many long, peaceful years, commoners have taken up arms. Worse yet, the insurgents have guns and gunpowder, and no one knows how they got them. Oh, this is our revolt. Or maybe not. And no one knows how they got them. Yep, gunpowder weapons were banned throughout the Empire as soon as they were invented. The lords deemed firearms dishonorable and unfit for the nobles. Even legion soldiers are forbidden from using them. But now gunshots were echoing through the mutinous Illyrian mines. The Imperial Legion was deployed to quell the riot. The legionnaires slaughtered the rebels without mercy, and the uprising choked to death on its own blood before it had even begun. The south of Illyria is now a forest of gallows. The convicts' corpses were left swaying in the wind as a warning to any commoner who might dare to take up arms. Although the rebellion quickly succumbed to the imperial military's onslaught, many legion soldiers and officers were slain by the insurgents' firearms. Their steel armor was no match for bullets. The rioters' weapons were destroyed in a public ceremony, but no one knows who built or smuggled them into the mines. All imperial overseers soon issued public reminders in their provinces. The punishment for owning a gunpowder weapon is true death by execution. But the Empire is still restless, still anxious. Somehow guns found their way into commoners' hands, if only for a short time. Could gunpowder and lead one day endanger the old ways of the Empire? Authorities of Magra fear that unrest may soon spill over here. Due to the double tax, peasant farms and industrial manufactories are facing hard times. The province's wealth is steadily declining, but the discontent of the commoners is still held back by the eternal lot that demands they accept their suffering. Okay, so is this true? So basically the game is hinting at the fact that the only thing that still keeps things going is the fact that they know they have to suffer. They accept the lot. If we destroy the lot system, blink, wink, wink. Wealth of Magra -1 is now 4, security, but is misery and devastation very soon. Okay. Chapter Peacetime ends soon. Examine possible chapter endings to check which way you are headed. To achieve the goal that you've chosen, you'll have to meet all of its conditions at the end of the chapter. Wow. Okay, what's the last spoiling one? If we want, you know, I'm a bit afraid of spoilers. The Free City, together with Mayor Eggman, the last straw incites a rebellion among the common folk to fight for their rights. We have a secret plot indeed. We have a spy network going. We need just the unrest. Should I look at these? Should I just keep doing... I don't want to look at these because, you know, this way basically, you know, the point, so it's that now I know, I want this end, right? I want the Free City, so now I know that I have to achieve unrest equals or more than 8, so I have to work towards that direction. If that's it, if this is how it is, I don't want to look at this. So I'm not gonna look at this then. Yeah, I want to still keep acting as, yeah, as I feel. Blast Wave. It's been 4 years since Archduke Milanidas and Overseer Tempest first clashed. Each claims the right to collect taxes in the province. Now, well, Archduke Milanidas is this guy, right? Wait. Which province though? And Overseer Tempest. Tempest is the Overseer, yeah. Milanidas is the old Duke, right? It's the previous Overseer. Archduke of Magra, yeah. Supreme Lord in the province of Yuvert. Yeah, he's kind of an independent ruler. He is the most powerful guy in the province that rules due to power, while Tempest is appointed by the Emperor. Yep. Okay. It's been 4 years since Archduke Milanidas and Overseer Tempest first clashed. Each claims the right to collect taxes in the province. Now, for the 3rd year in a row, they are each collecting their own tax, and the province is sinking deeper into poverty. The people who have been hit the hardest are miners, diggers, and anyone who owns or manages a mine. When gunpowder first appeared in Magra, mine workers felt hope for a better future for the first time in years, but the ban soon followed, and those hopes died. People have lost their jobs. Industrialists and manufacturers have lost their fortunes. The silver industry is in decline. Due to the ban, but they were forbidden anyway. The Lesser Quorum, led by Mayor Egmont, has been fighting to stop double taxation and reverse the ban on gunpowder for a long time now, but to no avail. The common people blame Magistrate Elverman. He has supported the gunpowder ban from the very beginning, branding it too dangerous to be handled by commoners. This friction is throwing sparks everywhere. You have always known that unrest would flare up one day, but oddly enough, it all begins with a celebration. It's early in the morning, you are eating breakfast with your family. Stefan is excited. Your brother has been invited to a ball at the Chancellery, and he has been getting ready ever since he woke up. Look at Nathan, man. Wow, you have to stop touring, Nathan. You are becoming Marilyn Manson now. Magistrate Elverman is a sly man, Stefan. I'd be wary of him if I were you. Some friends in high places can take more than they give. Enough, Father. I already know that. But if we ever want to be ennobled by the sword, we have to take advantage of every opportunity that presents itself. There will be nobles of the highest rank there from all over the province. Besides, there's no risk in making Elverman's acquaintance. The conversation continues. Both you excuse yourself and go to the print shop. An ordinary day of work is followed by an ordinary evening. You are about to close up shop for the night when Alida arrives unexpectedly. She brings a letter. It's an urgent report from Sophia. You glance through it hurriedly. The handwriting is not Sophia's. Felipe has taken a great risk by writing to you under a false name, which means that this news is too urgent for caution. Our informers with Egmont's goons have warned us about a march tomorrow morning. There's trouble brewing. Miners, diggers, and even mine owners are involved. They're coming from all over the province to demand that Elverman lift the gunpowder ban. I mean, yeah. This march has Egmont's name all over it. It's supposed to be peaceful, no bloodshed. Apparently the miners think Elverman won't have the guts to use force, so he'll have to listen to their demands. Their plan is to show up during the magistrate's party. They're mad because he's throwing money around while they're all starving. There are several hundred workers coming, and they're fired up. They should get there early tomorrow morning. You have the night to get ready. Let's hope you know how to put this intel to good use. You burn the letter in the flame of a candle. As the paper turns to ash, you weigh your options. Egmont wants the protest to be peaceful. The protest to be peaceful. But will it be able to keep the angry miners from crossing the line? And Stefan will be at the damn party of this. This complicates matters. Either way, Felipe is right. You cannot ignore this. What will you do during this unexpected protest? The magistrate has to be informed about approaching threat before Stefan and the other nobles are trapped. Oh. Using the last straw, you reveal the full extent of the miners' furious determination. I reveal to whom? This is very juicy. I cannot do this. Now I lack two at least, so maybe. The nobles' attention will be focused on the protest tomorrow. This opportunity to enrich yourself at their expansion will go to waste now. Recruit the protesters to the last straw. This would be juicy as well. Your underground organization will support the miners' march. In return, they will join your cause. Oh, this would be very juicy. Too bad for one, as usual, for just 1 point. We cannot have good things. Am I right? I reveal to whom the full extent of the miners' furious determination. Incite a full-fledged riot. Alert Elverman. The magistrate has to be informed about the approaching threat before Stefan and the other nobles are trapped. We have a deal with him, right? Yes. You secretly sided with the magistrate and swore to aid him against his enemies. He's a nobleman of the sword, he's a magistrate of Anisot, manages the city's affairs, head of the noble court, an inveterate follower of the noble tradition of old, he opposes any and all change in the empire. Wow. I'm gonna incite a full-fledged riot. This is obviously probably implies, well, betraying their man, fine. Nobody likes him anyway, right? And maybe even kill Stefan. Stefan could die. The music, I hope you I hope the volume is good, because it's contributing quite a lot to the tension. Yeah, it should be good volume. Wow. If we incite a full-fledged riot, this is gonna profit. It's fine, good. Thank you, Slith, for the feedback. This is gonna profit El Ferro, Felipe. I'm gonna incite a full-fledged riot. I think everybody... The nobles have never seen the common people as a force to be reckoned with. A peaceful protest will be a waste of time and effort. No matter how many miners crowd the city streets, they will not be heard about until blood is spilled. Absolutely. This matter cannot be left to chance. You send for Moss and Father Fuad and brief them on the situation. You are going to need a number of the last straw members for this. People who do not mind getting their hands dirty. They need to be ready by morning. You will join the miners' march, and you'll be armed. The miners may be planning a peaceful protest, but you will make sure things turn violent. I'm gonna need some guys who know what's what. That means they won't be able to trail a few dozen bigwigs for a while. It's either or, Brante. I only got so many men. So be it, as long as they are already in time. Come morning, the miners march into the city, tools in hand. They are dressed in rags, covered in soot and coal dust, hitting buckets with shovels and pickaxes with every step. The rhythm is as loud as it is chaotic. Guys, we are about to assist. Okay, the time is up. So I'm gonna conclude here for this so-called YouTube video. We're going to continue here on Twitch. But if I want to divide videos a bit better, I think this could be a good end. We'll see though. Yeah, I'll have to think about this actually. We'll see. Let's say a possible YouTube video ends in here. We are about to see another instance of the people being used and slaughtered by those who can for their own ends. Exciting, isn't it? Let's move on. The miners are led by mine owners and industrialists, who are in turn led by Mayor Egmont himself. Okay, Mayor Egmont is into this indeed. What's our status with him? We have plots with everybody. Secret plot. Yep. So I'm actually adhering to my secret plot with him. But maybe I can still turn this where I want it to turn. His voice can be heard above the incessant din of metal on metal. Give us back our gunpowder! Give us back our lives! If you want coal and silver, give us back our gunpowder. The entire procession repeats after him, hundreds of voices chanting in unison. The people of Anisat echo their refrain from the windows. Occasionally a gendarme finds himself in their path and scurries away. The procession is advancing towards the chancellery building. Uy. But it's very interesting. I can't wait to see how this ends. Oliver's men join them at the north gate. There we go. They are murderers, thieves, debtors, men who will do anything for money. They look just like ordinary citizens in the crowd. As the procession enters the temple district, the white robes of New Faith priests join the grey mass of minor. Father Fuad has worked a small miracle indeed. The priests' voices join the commoners' chant. The thunderous din grows louder still. The twins are on our side, our cause is pleasing to them. Alida joins the procession as it nears the noble districts. The last draws youngest members in tow. The miners grow bolder as they see more and more people supporting their cause. You hide in a back alley just around the corner from the chancellery, making sure your face is hidden. When the procession reaches you, you join its front ranks and let it carry you along. Your men and women are ready to spring into action as soon as you raise a red handkerchief above the throng. The march approaches the chancellery building. The bolt is cut short. Unable to flee the celebration in time, most of the nobles are trapped, surrounded by the chanting miners. Stefan is somewhere among them, yet. Caught by surprise, the magistrate barely manages to alert the city gendarmes. See? So, this is a very important decision for us, the last one, for many reasons, but also because Stefan is probably going to die. This is our best shot at nobility, is the family here, is, our family will be ruined, I guess. The numbers are too small to disperse a mob this size, but the Anisat Legion garrison will appear any minute now. This is no time to be careless. I have a feeling, being this game I think produced by Russian people, I have a feeling the gendarme, or some of them, will join the rebellion. Sensing its strength, the mob continues to chant and bang on buckets without any fear of the gendarme. Amid the metallic cacophony, Eggman's words repeat again and again. Bring us back our gunpowder, bring us back our lives. You want coal and silver? Bring back our gunpowder. Eggman clambers up onto a makeshift podium. Workers of Magra, our so-called protectors are having a feast today. Let them see you with their own eyes. Let them hear you with their own ears. You are the people who harvest the lifeblood of our province day and night in the darkness of the mines. You are the people hidden from the light of day. You are the people who earn riches for our masters. The chant is deafening. Pickaxes and shovels clang against metal. This is the moment of truth. Either Everman concedes, or there will be blood. To the magistrate's credit, he has the composure to face the people himself. The crowd goes quiet for him to speak. I understand your plight, but I will never accept such lawlessness in my city. Leave Anisat immediately before the gendarmes and the legion force you out. The crowd murmurs in discontent. The people are on the verge of a riot. The magistrate feels it too. He raises his hands, trying to say something else, but he is too late. You toss a red handkerchief into the air with one hand and hurl a cobblestone with the other. The heavy rocks hit Elverman square in the chest, spread throughout the mob. Moss and this man scream in unison. Get him! The gendarmes soon find more rocks flying in their direction. They try their best to fight back, but your rabble-rousers rush them, followed by the enraged horde. Stop! Enough! Don't do this! This is Egmont. But we are taking control, my man. But there is no stopping it now. A confrontation is inevitable. Your work here is done. You try to escape the crowd. Uy. But a force of nature now, the mob will not release you. You are only a drop in a sea of humanity, and it washes you away. Soon the nobles joined the gendarmes in a bid to quell the riot. The aristocracy's best draw their swords and fight an uneven battle, few against many. People push and shove frantically. You are deafened by screams, your nostrils filled with the stench of blood and sweat. Those pickaxes and shovels quickly become deadly weapons. The mob buffets you from side to side as it moves. You barely manage to remain on your feet, even as you stumble over the bodies of those less fortunate. Then finally you are almost through the last stream of bodies when you hear an all too familiar voice from behind your back. Oh, fuck it. Oh, man. Not so fast, rebel. Ah, fuck. Brutus. Cold steel pierces your back. The tip of a sword sprouts from your stomach. Foot kicks you in the back. You are thrown off the blade and onto your feet. But a moment later you collapse onto the cobblestones. You smash headfirst into the hard stone. Your nose shatters with a sickening crunch. The pain is blinding. Salty blood fills your mouth. And then, darkness. Yeah. And this is our second death. Luckily, maybe it's just our second lesser death. We died for Sophia, could you believe it? That's a wasted death. Impenetrable darkness surrounds you. You stand alone, bare to your very essence, paralyzes you. You have an urge to cover yourself, to hide. No one should see you so vulnerable, but you cannot conceal the truth in this place. You are bathed in an unbearably bright light. It has no hint of warmth in it. It's blinding. It leaves no shadows in the entire world. It's the light of the shining pillar itself. Uy. In this radiance, you can clearly see all your thoughts and doubts, your errors and transgressions, the contradictions that have permeated you since birth. They cover you from head to toe, like rough, grey tatters, but they melt away in this light. You are naked. You feel liberated and whole. It's as though all the wounds and cracks in your soul have been healed, making it the way it should be. It's as though the scales have fallen from your eyes. You see the true shapes of things now. These are the laws by which the world abides, the grand design that moves life itself. You tread a path that is barely visible in the binding light, giving shape to everything. In this light, you see the infinite complexity of the world, from the tiniest leaf to the enormity of the empire, and this world maintains its balance by virtue of the law that was embedded in it during the act of creation. Ahead of you, two figures are waiting on the path. They are gigantic, many times taller than a man. The elder holds a lash, the younger a sword. The younger gazes at you sternly, coldly. You kneel obediently before him and lower your head. The god raises his sword above you. This is divine retribution. There is no law without it, nor can there be. Every action has consequences. This is what shapes the world, making it making its very existence possible. In this moment, beneath the gaze of the merciless God, you comprehend the law that binds the entire world together. Which manifestation of the law in will you live by? Wow. You know, next time I thought maybe, last time I thought maybe next time, you know, we'll have a better comprehension, we'll give better answers. Which manifestation of the law in will you live by? This is true death, I guess. Against the law is true death. It's strange because every time we die, we seem to get confirmation that this world truly works like that, right? So yes. The smallest thing is the leaf, and the biggest thing is the empire. The tiniest leaf and the enormity. And this world maintains its balance by virtue of the law that was embedded in it during the act of creation. So, the cause, the empire, everything. But I want to reject this. But this is true death, I guess. I'm gonna take my true death then. But I'm an embodiment of the law, so I'm still an embodiment of the law. I mean, if everything is the law, a part of the law, I'm part of the law. Rejecting the law is part of the law. The blade flashes. The younger sword slashes through the air above your head. You do not yet deserve your final punishment. The law demands that you continue your life. Your form has not been completely destroyed, nor has that of the world. The youngest sword slashes through the air above your head. You do not yet deserve your final punishment. The law demands that you continue your life. Your form has not been completely destroyed, nor has that of the world. The younger extends his gigantic hand and shows you the way. You must proceed. The path leads you to the top of the crown of the silver tree, spread wide in the white gleam. The branches are closed now. It's time to descend. You are drawn downward into darkness. The shadows that had disappeared in the binding glow creep around you and envelop you. This is to be expected. But the purity and clarity of spirit are still with you. Something is forcing your throat open. Here, it stretches you on the inside. Your soul is filled with struggle again, with the contradiction from which the fabric of this world and you yourself are woven. The divine light that gave you clarity is fading away with each passing moment. You have to open your eyes. Above you is the dark ceiling of the crypt. You are reborn. Reborn. You awaken. Your first breath is filled with pain. The crypt is silent. No one is there to meet you. With any luck, your family will never know that you died. Maybe this is for the best. The riot was an excellent dress rehearsal for the large-scale revolt Felipe will eventually order you to lead. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't end the same way. Oh, it was a dress rehearsal. It wasn't the Felipe one then. It wasn't even the Sofia one. Which one was it then? What did I die for? The Egmont one, I guess. You put your men to the test, and they acquitted themselves nicely. When the time comes, you'll be ready. But do you really want that time to come? Order -1? It's still discontent, but it's basically unrest, come on. This +1, -1 system, I'm not really in favor of this, but I mean, it follows the pace of the narration anyway, so maybe it's fine. But you know, after an event like this, are we really not in rioting days? Are we still in struggling days? I mean, an all-out revolt with death and blood, and I don't know, organized by people in the province. People are ready for struggle. I mean, riots and mayhem, right? However, fine. Spy network -1 again. Why do I keep going down? This was a good operation, spy network wise. Deaths, died twice. You only died thrice though, huh? Manipulation +1, I'm 15, I'm still clever, come on, I'm doing everything. Am I still just clever? Scheming +1, I'm a dangerous one still, nothing happens, fine. I died for nothing, good. Just like with Sophia. The procession to the tree. A holy day is coming, a day when the entire empire thanks the twins for the silver tree, the sign they left behind as a reminder of their eternal presence in this world. This momentous occasion is especially important for Anisot, but the clergy cannot agree on how best to celebrate it. Father Leonard has called for all worshippers of the twins to approach the temple of the silver tree and kneel before the sacred relic. But the old clergy balks at the idea of Leonard and the new believers leading the ritual. The day has come. An immense crowd is moving in a procession towards the temple near the silver tree where Father Leonard awaits. But an inquisitor by the name of Jeanne stands in their way. She strikes a defiant pose. Confronted by a member of the Holy Order of the Inquisition, the procession reluctantly stops. People, turn back. Those who attend Leonard's rite will succumb to the new faith. Those who reject the lots will defy their divine design. You're about to bring the wrath of the gods down upon us all. Open your eyes, go back to your homes and pray to the twins. The procession wants to move, but the people are confused, until Father Leonard himself walks out of the temple to meet Jean face to face. People of Anisot, no one has the right to deny you the sacred ritual of worshipping at the tree, not even the Inquisition. Is such a denial not more likely to provoke the wrath of the twins? The Inquisition must know that the new faith does not seek to challenge or defy the twins. We are merely trying to correct the mistakes of those who came before us. We do not anger the twins, we merely vex those who refuse to accept the dawn of a new age. Jeanne finds herself between a rock and a hard place. Seeing that she has no other choice, she lets the procession pass. The new faith's number have swelled of late. It cannot be stopped now. Okay, again, we are approaching a schism. It needs +2 still, so it's quite far away, I guess. Okay. Yes, let's do this one again. Yes, 2. Today is an important holiday. The entire empire is celebrating the festival of the Silver Tree, which commemorates the parting gift of the twin gods, the divine sapling they planted in our mortal world, in the middle of Anisot. The families of the city spend the day in peace and quiet. contemplating the divine roots that join together all people, their bloodlines, and the entire empire. Mother always oversees this holiday. The day before the festival, she seems to have shaken off her usual apathy and engaged in the preparations with excitement. It was as though her illness has loosened its grip. Mother gathers the entire family for the holiday meal. Father is in high spirits today, sharing jokes with you and Nathan. Stefan is trying to suppress an atypical agitation. Gloria is the last to join you at the table. She's wearing new breeches with high stockings and a yellow vest. Gloria, you're wearing men clothes again. No, Mother. I'm wearing clothes women are forbidden to wear. Father gives Gloria a stern look. Stefan rolls his eyes but says nothing. Suddenly, Nathan speaks up. There you go. A few days ago in the market, I saw a grocer dressed as Overseer Gaius Tempest. He had a huge carrot for a scepter. He got a sound rubbing, of course, but until then it was quite a hoot. Everybody laughs at the ridiculous story, relieved. Even Gloria has a smile on her face when she sits down. The feast commences. Your home finally feels warm for a moment. It wasn't so long ago the four of you couldn't even reach up to this table. The first word you said, Gloria, was gimme. Sure, it's a woman. This is our mother, Lydia, speaking. Nathan used to cling to my skirt all the time, almost tearing it. And you, Tasto, you couldn't talk at all yet, but your piercing stare was so expressive it felt as if you were talking to me. I actually always had a piercing stare, I think. So that's good. Mother looks at Stefan and suddenly grows quiet. When I met Stefan, he was already 3 years old. He was so serious and a smooth talker to boot. I remember that he had a music teacher, but he was too shy to play in front of me, so I used to listen from the next room. Stefan's face twitches. Your elder brother rises and moves to the old harpsichord. His fingers fly gracefully over the keys. A melody fills the house, melancholy and sweet. The last note lingers in the air, then silence falls. The family is awestruck. Words fail you all. Who wrote that? There you go, Gloria. Always pooping on the party, aren't you? Who wrote that? A nobleman from the capital between drinking a glass of wine and beating a servant? Your sister's cutting remark puts an end to the warm, cozy atmosphere. Stefan calmly turns to face her. No, it was I who composed this piece of music. It's called Mother. Mother rises to her feet. She would have needed help to do this just recently, but now she treads unassisted towards Stefan and draws him close. Stefan puts his arms around his stepmother's waist, then detaches himself awkwardly. May the twin gods bless you, Lydia. Gloria considers this scene with thinly veiled fury in her eyes. Of course, high-born nobles like Stefan are made for the arts. They're the only ones lucky enough to have a soul and experience inspiration. Unlike us, the low-born, we aren't supposed to feel anything but suffering, let alone express it in poetry. Everyone notices the glorious clutching pages filled with writing, her poems. Your sister casts a mournful glaze at the family, and her eyes rest on you. No. You rise from your seat and speak. In your speech, you wholeheartedly support your sister. Gloria had the misfortune to be born a commoner, but she's still entitled to express her feeling. Why is Stefan the only one who has the right to delight Mother with his creations? Every member of our family should be equal. What about her lot, son? Gloria is permitting herself to practice a noble activity, thus breaching the divine order. This is our mother Lydia. The pious mother. You softly explain to mother that times have changed. Nowadays art isn't just a pleasure for the nobles, it's also a trade plied by many commoners. More and more noble tradespeople are taking up the pen and ink rather than the hammer. This is now their labor and their suffering. Mother lets out a heavy sigh, but yields to the onslaught of your inspired speech. Emboldened by your support, Gloria steps into the center of the room. Her eyes are fixed on father. A stranger and a bastard I'm called. I am, but still I long for you to say that I am yours and melt the icy cold that burns within my heart, both night and day. My mother and my brothers are all are near, but I feel cold as though we were apart. Ashamed yet still compelled to make you hear, I long to hold you closely to my heart. I'm a stranger, 'tis my only crime. Forgive me, all but mercy is forbidden. I hope you'll see, if not forgive, in time, my bitter love, but joyous and well hidden. Father stares at her in bewilderment. Gloria, Stefan springs to his feet and leaves for his chambers, slamming the door behind him. This is our mother, Lydia. I don't feel so well. Hey! Salve, Fraseggio. I don't feel so well. Nathan, son, please help me to my room. There we go. Relations with Gloria +1. It's fine. It's fine. Lydia? What's wrong with Lydia? Gloria? Not like this? Yes. Mother leaves the room leaning on Nathan's arm. The celebration is cut short. Okay. +1 with Gloria, but we are already at the maximum. Stefan minus whatever, hostility. We are at the minimum. Unity in the family -1 disagreements. We are at 5. Up until 4. We are okay. So strange to see you, Fraseggio. Never thought I would hear these soundbites. The Emperor's hair is in danger. Is there time? Yes. Heh. News from the capital quickly reaches every corner of the empire. Gerian and Flavius, the heirs to the throne, have left the emperor's palace for the province of Monia, which is ruled by Great Chancellor Egerius Monrogue. Egerius? I don't know. The Great Chancellor has accused the emperor's court of harboring malefactors conspiring against the imperial heirs. This is why he has offered them shelter and safety in his own impregnable citadel. What? Egerius Monrogue? Okay. He accused the Emperor's court of harboring malefactors conspiring. Wow, this is a nice move. Monia. The common people are particularly worried by the news. They take it as a sign that the Chancellor is seeking to solidify his power by holding the heirs hostage. Yeah, kinda. If this continues, Monroe could coerce the Emperor into revoking the imperial law, thus depriving the common estate of any and all rights. Thank you for being here, though, Fraseggio. All hope for reform in... the freaking sniper from XCOM. All hope for reform in the empire has vanished. From farmer to rich industrialist, the commoners are growing desperate. In your province, the authorities are trying their best to put the people at ease. The magistrate of Anisot makes a speech from his balcony to the excited crowd below. Okay. If this continues, Monroe could coerce them into revoking the imperial law, thus depriving the commoners there. I see. Because he is against it. Okay. Remy El Vermont. This is it. Sì, sì. Devo mettere la chat solo emote. Trust in your emperor, good people. The imperial heirs are the future of the great Tempest dynasty. I'm not doing stupid voices. The emperor has made the wise decision to send them far away from the scheming court. Great Chancellor Monroe will take good care of them and keep them safe. All glory to the Empire, all glory to the Tempests. Okay. Power -1, we are struggle for power in Magra. Wealth of Magra is -1, it's 3, so it's misery and devastation officially, finally, we got there. This is the last one, probably. Probably. Cercavo la faccina con la mano che saluta, ma non la trovo. Beh, puoi usare le mie emote col gatto che saluta. Commoners are still flocking to Anisot. Refugees from villages that have been squeezed dry, miners who have lost their jobs, craftsmen who have lost their last coin. They all come to the city in search for shelter, safety, and justice. There you go. Very good, very good. Makeshift shacks litter the outskirts of the city, steadily growing into shanty towns. Ui. Every day the people of Anisot see more men and women hanging around the streets looking for work, leaving their children in the care of the most infirm and elderly of the refugees. Oh. Of all the powerful people in the city, Mayor Egmont is the only one who considers this a problem. He has ordered several of his warehouses to be converted into shelters and begun distributing bread to the refugees free of charge. Freaking Sofia, man. Quindi questo è Brante, certo. Yes, this is Brante, man. Welcome to Brante, man. Non l'avevi ancora visto. È molto bello, solo che si legge un'ora per prendere poi una decisione e basta. Insomma. Questo è l'unico problema. Per il resto la storia è fantastica. Naturalmente tu ormai hai perso 22 anni di vita di tasto Brante, quindi è difficile recuperare. Comunque sì, è questo, è molto molto bello. What about Igirius, though? It's not in here. Yes, Tempest, Patriarch, fine. You and Sophia are sitting on the roof. We died for her. I died for Sophia. Freaking Sophia, man. I died for women even in this game. Fucking hell. It's my life. You and Sophia are sitting on the roof of an apartment building watching people huddle around the wagon. The bread line stretched to the small square between the buildings yesterday, but today it disappears down the back streets with no end in sight. Look at those poor bastards. They've been betrayed by their own masters. The nobles robbed them blind, razed their villages, and left them to die. Back-breaking labor, endless suffering, dying in the gutter, that's all they've ever given them. I know, but it's not like that anymore, Sophia, luckily. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. Would any of them blasted nobles even move a finger to help them refugees? Not on your life. Mayor Egmont's the only one who cares. This is their only chance for survival. Well, we made a deal with right? Our deal is still going, yeah? With secret plot. Yeah, but he's helping them because he wants to incite a rebellion, Sophia. Woman. Why don't you cook bread, the woman? No, yeah, okay, he's the only chance for survival. Say, Brante, I hear Augustine Elborn and Mayor Egmont have both been invited to your house for dinner. That true? How does Sophia know about this? Father asked you to keep it a secret. What difference does it make? You should have told me. Do you have any idea what this dinner means? It's a sit-down, Brante. They could be deciding the fate of our city, the fate of the last straw, the fate of our rebellion. You gotta get me invited to that dinner. Tell them I'm your friend, your fiancé, your lover. I don't care. Just find some excuse for me to be there, okay? 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 No. No. No way. You shake your head in response. Alas, this is impossible. You're not taking Sophia with you to the family dinner. Sophia sighs, displeased, but she does not argue. When a woman doesn't argue, that's a problem. Damn these noble rules. Well, I hope Egmont will be able to bring Sir Prefect to the side of the people by himself. Time for the dinner party arrives. The Brante house prepares for guests. You cannot remember the last time your entire family got together like this. Well, it's the party I organized when I opened the bookstore. Bang. Father is unusually focused and serious today. Mother is wearing father's wedding gift, a precious brooch, spilla, adorned with gems. To her, it's a small act of defiance. Commoners may not indulge in luxury, but today is a special day indeed, and she has found the courage to dare this small transgression. Okay. Man, Nathan, since when you joined Nirvana, it's all been downfall for you. Really, you're approaching Marilyn Manson status. Yeah, poor Nathan, man. Stefan is more carefree and high-spirited than usual. He always enjoys his uncle's visits. Nathan is as quiet, furtive, and as inconspicuous as ever. Nathan, man. Join the case. Gloria, however, only smiles to herself. With all of them together, you cannot help but start reminiscing about your childhood. Mother's soft embrace, the weight of father's firm hand on your shoulder, Gloria's voice resounding as she recites poetry, Nathan's humble, cautious questions, Stefan's confused face just before he left for the capital with grandfather. So many memories intersecting one another like fragments in a kaleidoscope. The people seated at this table are dearer to you than anyone else. Your family is everything to you. They are you, and you see them reflected in every moment of your past, present, and future. The servants soon announced the guests' arrival. Baron Augustin Elborn and Mayor Egmont greet the masters and mistress of the house one after another, then take their seats at the dinner table. Dinner table? Fine. After the traditional exchange of pleasantries, you enjoy an exquisite dinner followed by wine. There would ordinarily be dessert for Father and Stefan, but today the noble may make do with wine. Elborn and Egmont finally begin to discuss the droves of commoners seeking refuge in the city. This is Elborn. He's a supreme judge or prefect of the Magar province and the family friend. Yeah. An impeachable service and reputation. I must confess, Egmont, I don't understand your motivation here. Are you moved by an honest desire to help people? Come on. Or the expectation of some inscrutable profit? Back. Regardless, you have to put an end to this before it's too late. The food and shelter you offer them only serves to attract more and more refugees to Anisot. And when they finally fill the streets, what are you going to do then? What am I going to do then? The Archduke, the Overseer, what am I going to do? Have you even considered this? He has, my friend. Please understand me, I harbor no ill towards these people. But Gaius Tempest is concerned that they will eventually start causing trouble. Archduke Milanidas is looking for any excuse to march his punitive battalions into the city, Maya. Is that really what you want? Yes, kinda. With all due respect, Sir Prefect, I cannot do what you ask. These people have nowhere else to go. No one else will help them. Here in Anizat, at least I can offer them food and shelter. Are you really asking me to let them starve to death? Do not deceive yourself, Augustine. I was one of those who welcomed the new overseer at first. Just like all the rest, I hoped that the common estate would get a little more breathing room under his rule. But what did Gaius Tempest do? So basically, Mayor Egmont is an industrialist, he's a commoner, he was born a commoner, but he's a powerful industrialist based in Anizat. So this represents the capitalists, the guys who were not born to rule in the old order, in the Ancien regime. They didn't have the family, but they made the money, and money commands, right? Money rules. So they are stuck in that middle where they are commoners by birth, so not entitled to rule by birth, but they have the money to rule, and they effectively rule because they have the money. They are the blood of the aristocracy of the monarchy. He started this power struggle with the Archduke, he made the double tax possible, he signed the ban on gunpowder, a ban on gunpowder, and in Magra of all place, a promise that lives up of the silver ore we mine. Which is why, Sir Elborn, I don't trust the Arknians or the nobility anymore. No, sir. The Arknians are the ruling elite, but they are really the ruling race. They are not human. Seems like they are not human. No, sir, I will not rely on their generosity. The only way I can accomplish anything in this world is by myself, by the sweat of my brow, by sticking my neck out for others. Augustine, you are the only noble in the imperial government I can still trust. You are known throughout the city as the protector of the lowly estate, so protect the lowly estate. Offer protection to the refugees. Convince the overseer to let them stay here. Let me save their lives. I'm very sorry, Egmont, but this is impossible. Gaius Tempest has made it very clear that if I cannot resolve the situation, he will bring the Legion into the city and deal with it himself. It pains me to say this, but those people would be better off leaving the city, or maybe even Magra. You must realize this. They should go to Illyria or some other place and start new lives. The only thing waiting for them here in Anizat is death. There's nothing I can do to help them. Mayor Egmont's shoulders slump. Very well, Augustine. I understand where you stand now. I'll do my best to prevent any social unrest. Thank you for being honest with me, Sir Elborn. Thank you for your hospitality, Sir Brante, and thank you for the wonderful dinner, Lydia. I'm afraid I have to go. Don't worry, Enigmine. Thank you for being here. Egmont bows and leaves your home. I'm gonna go in a few minutes anyway. Egmont bows and leaves your home. Baron Elborn says goodbyes next. Thank you for letting us meet in your home, Robert. I'll mention your name to the overseer next time I have an audience with him. It's the least I can do. The following day, Mayor Egmont announces that, for a number of reasons, the refugees will now receive less and less food every day. Eventually, the bread handouts will cease altogether. The prefecture orders all refugees to leave Anizat within a week. There we go. This is his rebellion, right? I'll be right back. Don't worry, don't worry. The Lesser Quorum promises to distribute travel money to the refugees to help them make their way back home. Relation -1 with Sophia, fine. Unrest -1, discontent, that's 6. Why -1? Because fine. Reputation +1, I mean, we are at 2, it's fine. Prepared for anything. I'm a willpowered. I'm prepared for anything, man. There we go. Whoops. This is the timer. The illegitimate girl. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. There you go. We're gonna raid you then, Dizzy. Conditions met. Gloria is equal or more than 1 is 5. And Stefan Brante, no secret plot. Are you kidding me? Plotting with Stefan? That would be crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's just read this page and then I'll quit. Just a preview, okay? Your home is quiet tonight. Father is away arbitrating disputes in migrant villages. Stefan is visiting one of his high-placed patrons. After a dinner spent in silence, everyone retreats to their chambers. You are about to retire for the night when Gloria calls out to you. Do-do-do-do. 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 There we go. Uy, 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 uy.